I've always believed in the power of stories to convey meaning. That's why on Memorial Day 2021, I shared this story at our community's Memorial Day ceremony. I've decided to make this video because I believe it's a story worth sharing with a wider audience. The temperature soared above 100 degrees on that desolate swath of Iraqi desert. It was the kind of heat that if you cracked an egg on the hood of your Humvee, it would be fully cooked in a matter of minutes. But those awful, inhospitable conditions are exactly where the young soldier wanted to be. It's where he felt he had to be. Like all of us old enough to remember, he watched in horror the events of September 11th, 2001. He was devastated when he saw thousands of innocent Americans die that day, and he decided he had to do something. The day he turned 17, the very first day he was eligible, he enlisted in the United States Army's Delayed Entry Program. Basic training at Fort Benning is never easy, but as an accomplished high school athlete, it wasn't as hard on him as it was on most of his fellow recruits. He was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 26th Infantry Regiment. 2 years later, the young soldier was serving as an M250 caliber machine gunner on a high-mobility, multi-purpose wheeled vehicle, better known to you and me as a Humvee. On that blazing hot afternoon, he and his crew were conducting combat control operations when a grenade was thrown into their vehicle. Reacting quickly, the young gunner yelled, "Grenade!" allowing the 4 other members of his crew to prepare for the blast. Then, rather than leaping from the gunner's hatch to safety, the private made the courageous decision to protect his crew. In a selfless act of bravery, the private leaped on top of the live grenade. He did this to protect his fellow soldiers. He joined the Army and took on the terrorists so the kids he went to high school with wouldn't have to. He died that day because 2,977 Americans lost their lives on 9/11, and he wasn't going to let anything like that happen again. There's a saying that someone is never really gone as long as one person remembers their name. His name was Private Ross McGinnis. He was 19 years old. Memorial Day was created over a century ago to honor those that have fallen in service to our country and its cause. It's become a day filled with flowers, flags, and emotional speeches. But let us consider an additional way to remember those that gave, as President Lincoln once so eloquently said, their last full measure of devotion. Perhaps the best way to honor those that have died is to live a life they would admire. Today, each of us can resolve to do exactly that. In honor of those that gave their lives so that we could live ours, let us pursue our passions with a relentless enthusiasm that honors their sacrifice. You and I, we, are their lasting legacy. So live the life and achieve the dreams these brave Americans were denied. That is among the greatest honors that we could bestow. On this Memorial Day and every other day, please pause a moment to remember those that granted us this great gift of freedom and endeavor to live a life these heroes would be proud to call their own.